Hello and welcome to Rident's Game Night Live with me, your host Rident, and tonight I'm going to be playing Wolfenstein, The New Order, which is the latest game from Bethesda Software. It's also the latest in the Wolfenstein franchise, which originally started way back in like '94 on PC, and it's only had a few iterations in the time, but I personally think this is possibly my favourite game I've played this year. I've actually managed to finish the game off 2 and a bit times, just trying to scrape every little collectible and everything else. But the game has some fantastic storytelling. It has pretty decent. I'm playing on the 360 version, and for the 360 version, it has pretty decent visuals, but it's not the best you can get on a next-gen console and have the get the best with regards to the frames per second, and also if you wanted to go on PC and things like that. But I'm playing on this. I'm comfortable playing on a 360. I don't think the storytelling is cut down in any way whatsoever. The only thing that there is that the game's absolutely huge, so it spans over 4 discs on the 360. Or should I say 3 discs, was 1 disc which is an installed disc. You've got to have like 8 gig worth of data, which takes a little while to load up. But once that's all done, it runs nice and smooth. So let's get started. As you see, there's not a lot of space on my hard drive. This is a game which is quite sensitive in nature. There's depictions of the Nazi regime from the German World War II era, and this is what I'm going to do is the very first chapter. So I'm not going to do an absolutely huge episode this week, but I'm going to do the first chapter, and you can kind of see some of the direction with regards to the storytelling, and I'll kind of give a little bit of explanation as well as to what happens next without giving any spoilers. So let's get cracking. What I would do is I'll start on chapter 1. There's actually 2 different paths you could take. You'll see what influences those 2 paths once I get to that point, but there's 2 different paths you can take, and both are I would say taking one over the other doesn't really kill off your storytelling. So if you don't have the time to do both, you haven't really lost out on any major chunks of story, but you do lose out on some of the interactions and knowledge with regards to some of the other characters that are in the game. And you actually kind of feel a little bit of empathy towards these characters, which is something I wasn't expecting in a Wolfenstein game. I mean, Wolfenstein in nature before has always been a kind of run and gun shooter. There was a little bit of stealth which was involved, kind of introduced during the Return to Castle Wolfenstein game that came out on PC and PlayStation and possibly Xbox, PlayStation 2 and possibly Xbox. So again, I mean, even the stealth bits then, they were stealth driven, stealth sections, but again there wasn't really like a strong narrative or any kind of real involvement with any of the characters that were in the game. You kind of just wanted to get through, kill the big boss, and get through it. So I'm going to go with Fergus. The first part is all exactly the same regardless of who I choose, so it doesn't matter, and I'm going to choose to bring him on. What I'd like to say at this point is, if you recall the very first Wolfenstein game, you had the little icon of your character, which was Captain Blazkowicz, and he is very much the same as the character icon is here, and I think they did a fantastic job with kind of bringing him into the modern day and looking pretty much as he as you kind of imagine him to look, with the better updated graphics and stuff. and you are continuing to play as the character that was in the first game and featured in the second game, Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So it's really cool. So I'm going to do it and bring him on, which is the kind of average difficulty, and I don't really care about overwriting my latest autosave. It doesn't matter. So here we are at the start.
In my dream I smell the barbecue. I hear children. A dog. And I see someone. I think I see someone. These things. None of it for me. I'm moved by roaring engines. I'm lone warriors. We come from the night.
Eyes open, Blazkowicz. You keep a lookout. I need to go through this. A shite! Blazkowicz, go back into the flight deck. Clamp the fuel line to engine 6, quickly!
Hey Punisher. What do I think of E3 so far? Well, E3 is pretty much over and all the big conferences are done. And there's quite a few things which I'm actually excited for. I think following playing this, I'm really excited to hear more about the Doom game that they're bringing out. And hopefully we're not going to find any more about it during E3, but hopefully over the next year we'll find out a little bit more in terms of details. They've only given us a lot of teaser trailers so far.
Quick like BJ! Get out of the damn cockpit! Find the engine 6 fuel line! It's in a crawl space behind a panel! After which
Okay.
you that way, bastard! Fire! Cockpit,
Right.
Find the tools in the tool cabinet! You'll need
Okay.
pliers and some bailing wire!
There's little things like this which you will discover along the way, which is like little newspaper clippings and stuff. So you could actually read up some bits in the war, and there's some pretty cool history in here. So if you're interested in the history of the World War, then these are always interesting to kind of discover and read a little bit. Some of it is extrapolated, is a little over the top. So. And it is kind of just tied in with the game. There is some true stuff in here as well, which is really good. There's loads of collectibles to get, but I've got none left to pick up because I've managed to collect everything. It took me a long while, hence the reason why it was 2.5 times, because I had to go back to some levels to get the last scrapes.
Go inside and to your right! Push past that fire and reach the fuel line! After which you clap that way, bastard!
Oops. Okay, I was a bit slow there. I have to do that a bit faster. I've not actually ever died here. I didn't think there was a time limit. Right.
Find the tools in the tool cabinet. You'll need pliers and some bailing wire. Gallons of gas in the port tank. Get it done or we'll lose the whole wing. Fire!
There we go. Sorry. Oh, my arm. Right.
Cracking job, Captain, but I'm losing altitude. Need to drop weight or we will be ditching hardline. Head for the cargo bay and jettison everything we've got.
What you'll notice here with the HUD is it's very much in a kind of old school style. You got your health bar, which to an extent it does regenerate, but it's not full regeneration. So much like the classic Wolfenstein games, you are restricted to how much health you've got. Let's chop these down.
Right, now cut the train loose, Blazko.
Last one. And there we go. I think generally the graphics are not too bad at all on the Xbox 360 version, and they are comfortable enough. The gameplay runs smoothly, and it feels comfortable enough to play and enjoy the game. So that's what really matters to me, is having an experience that I do enjoy.
You all right back there?
there's your experience of the health bar regeneration. Okay, so we've got to get in here. Let's get these enemy planes. I'm not usually that good at doing the rails shooting, so you have to excuse my inaccuracy. Oops, I can actually shoot the allies in this section, which is annoying. It doesn't make me lose, however, which is good. But it's not nice to shoot down allies. Where?
Death at the gates again.
Will I be getting Destiny? Most likely.
Can't reach you today.
Whether or not it's day one, I'm not 100% sure yet.
You're still breathing, you chummy bastard. You're tough as they come, you know. Jesus Christ. Mayday! Vulture one, coming, Vulture one.
Okay. So look, my health is knocked right down to 20. And just take a bit of a chunk there, 40. As a standard, actually, your health is at 100 as your maximum, but as you progress in the game, you can pick up health upgrades, which will increase your health up to a maximum of 200.
Appreciate your problem, Condor 9. I see smoke. I see solution coming off your rudders. Your freeze ailerons are done. Yeah, this thing handles like a concrete bridge. Thanks for the...
No.
Condor 9, come in, Condor 9. That's a true transport.
Uh-oh.
Condor 9, come in, Condor 9. This is Condor 9. Who's this? Private Wyatt. You're not airborne. All right, bear boy. Listen up, pay close attention. Now, you see the pilot's waiting. Yes, sir. Right, I want you to grab it as hard as you can with both hands and pull it towards you. Now, don't turn it, mind you. You keep it level, just pull it towards your chest. Okay, sir.
Surprised I'm not actually grabbing on here.
I think it's working. We're leveling out. Okay, Private Wyatt. I need you to do one more thing for me. Sir.
See, look at Hulu.
Ready by the side door. You get visitors. Roger that, sir. Blazkowicz, get the cockpit door open. You're gonna have to hold it. Ready?
Run.
Here we go.
Ah. Shit. Okay, so I've got to use the sprint and jump. It's not easy to mess up on that. So here I am on the other plane.
Let's go.
Sir, what's the score, Cat?
Do or die, son. Same as always.
Hoorah, sir.
Come pilot 10, strapped to the leg and I'm bleeding out. 71 souls in the hold. I don't know what to do.
So you got something up there.
thank God you're here! Oh, God! Get up your ass! Oh, Jesus!
When I first got her, I actually thought this guy had puked all over the floor, but that's not the case.
Blazkowicz, get this boy off the floor. Negative, Condor.
Get up.
Maintain your course. God damn it, Gordon. We're getting murdered out here. Listen to me first. If this mission fails, we lose Europe. It's that simple.
Okay now.
So here we are, we've got to, oh crap, work our way through. Let's not be controlling, just so you know. We've got to control our way through and get to land.
We will lose this war. Aye, Gordon, I hear you. Look, I've got to go. Deathhead's compound's coming up. OSA command out. Condor 9 out. Grab your ball back, Blazko. Brace for impact. We're coming down. Fuck all.
And here we are.
It's the break of dawn. July 16, 1946. Everything has gone to shit. The Nazi war machine is advancing at an astonishing rate. We can't catch up. Our tactics are failing. Outclassed and outgunned. No one knows why. People are getting desperate. Not me. I'm here to see an old friend and settle a score. Turn this thing around.
Now this is supposed to take place... Oh crap. It's supposed to take place just after Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I believe.
Mayday. Anyone out there?
Oh. Where is that thing? There it is. Yeah, so this takes place just after
What's your status?
Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So, if you're familiar with those games, you'll notice there's a lot of advanced technology, especially robotic technology, with regards to what the Germans have researched and developed. And you can see it here.
Wait, turn off the light, turn it off. Yes, sir.
I see you. What can I do for you?
We can't get to it from our position. Utterly fucking trapped in here. But if you can access a cockpit turret on this here aircraft, you might be able to kill the beast. Regular small arms sure don't work for bug at all. Hey, perhaps you can swim here. Just keep your head down below the surface. You should be alright.
Good plan, Fergus. Coming to you.
Of course, I like the Broforce announcement. Broforce is one of my favourite games at the moment. Really good indie title. Right, so, oh crap. Here's one of the special moves you can do. Sliding. Which comes in very handy.
Beast built by Death's Head. Should have killed that man long ago.
It's my full health. Let's go swimming. Now, you are limited to how long you can swim underwater. However, you don't have a meter. You have to rely on the screen, which you'll notice kind of starts fading. If you are underwater for too long, you drown, and it goes darker and darker. So you kind of get an indication as to when it's going to happen. Crap. You'll see exactly what that is soon. So you can see the screen like fading away and gets back to normal here. So here we go. Now in the turret. And there's that motherfucking beast. I can't actually take this thing down, it's too big and it's now out of range anymore. So let's slide down. And there's my pals.
You saved us! Captain Blazkowicz, sir!
Calm down, you wee son. Blazko, you want to hear my plan for how we traverse this glamorous beachfront?
All right, listen up. There's a high-powered machine gun nest in those trenches over there.
We cannot advance a unit without being slaughtered. So, I want you to make your way over into those trenches and take the nest out. Just run as fast as you possibly bloody can, straight up the middle. We'll lay down cover fire from here.
Got it.
I'll put this on. I'll radio updates from our position. Right, lads, you ready to lay down suppressor
So that's a little bit of advanced technology. Right, so I want to run down the middle. And I think with regards to the health system, it'll regenerate in units of 20. So if I drop below 180, then it'll only regenerate myself back up to 180. So just have to be careful of that. Right, some armor. I think this game also has a really good combat system, which using, in this case, one of the shoulder buttons, you can actually lean. So you can lean around walls, like so. And also if you're actually against the wall near the corner, if you hit the iron sights aiming, you do automatically peep around the corner, which is really cool. Or peep over, depends on if it's a low object or a side wall, which is a feature I like. So let's just grenades. One thing you can't do is actually cook grenades. So, and that's something which I kind of had to grow used to, because I'm so used to games which you're able to hold the grenade in for a little while, cook it, and then launch it. If you hold the button in, you actually got the radial menu to choose your weapons. And as you just saw there, that's me overcharging. You can overcharge your health, you can boost it up. I don't know how high you can actually go. I believe I've gone to about 300 before. It's pretty handy if you're against some of the really tough things a bit later on. But sometimes you might just pick something up and make it completely wasted, because you know you may need it later. So let's go down here. Pick up some armor. Maxed out that. Charge. Right, now here's an example of the ducking technique. And I've now got an assault rifle. In a sense, you only ever have 2 weapons equipped at any one time, and you do your triangle button to quickly switch. So as you can see, the Y is attached to my secondary weapon. I'm going to make that my assault rifle, and so now my assault rifle and submachine gun are my 2 weapons. Oh, I'm not bad in that one. I think I'll more of that as I come around here. That's another thing with regards to ammo, health, etc. You don't automatically pick it up. You have to find the ammo and pick it up manually. So if you don't go around and scout the floor after you've dropped your enemies, you're not going to be refilling up your ammo stocks, which is another touch I quite like. It took a little get used to, because I'm so used to having it so easy with other games. So it's quite nice to kind of get back into having this hunt and pick up system. any harm. Got to be careful around here because, as you can see, there's mines. So that up. Down here is basically where it just came from. Ow. I don't like killing dogs. Apart from robot dogs. Robot dogs I can handle. But those dogs? Those Panzerhunds? No, I don't like killing those. That's a bit of a glitch, watching the shell just get stuck on my head. But you get used to lots of things like that. It's not game breaking. This section here is all run and gun, but there is some stealth sections a little later on. Actually, I'll show you something else which is a really good feature in this. If I press back, so this is the basic menu that you'll see a lot. Basically, you got your notes, which is what your objectives are at the time. So you can always keep an eye on whatever it is that your main objectives or what it is you have to be doing, where you're going. You have your perks. Now, as you can see, I've pretty much unlocked every single one of those. And if you look at the bottom right hand side, you'll see that there's a requirement to unlock. And to say, for example, this one, I have to stealth kill a commander, and I will unlock this perk, which is will add interest points when I kill a commander, and that's very useful because that's what I had to use a lot to go and get those pickups. Knife throwing, so that will allow me to throw knives, which again is a very useful tactic, especially later on in the game when there's a few more stealth sections. A knife sheath, so it extends my knife, etc. And there's 4 different classes of perks, and you can just unlock the line. These ones here will kind of increase your magazines, whatever else. This is all from using your different weaponry. This is from using heavy weaponry and dual wielding. This is the only one I've got left to do, so I've got to get 5 kills in 10 seconds using a detached turret gun, which I'm seeming to be having a bit of trouble with doing. and then demolition, which is grenades, rockets, etc., etc. All the real heavy shit. Here's the list of collectibles, and there are so many. This is just the collectibles for this level. There are so many collectibles in this game, and to get them all, you have to do both paths. The majority of the key things you can actually do by just doing the one path, but some of the extra bits you need to do both parts. One path will allow you to collect the health upgrades, and one will be armor upgrades. And then this is just your tutorials. If you forget any of the controls or forget how to do certain things, then just bring this up. So that's a few helpful tips. Again, it took a little while to get all of those perks done, and I didn't get them all done on my first run. I don't even think I got the majority of them done in the first run, and pretty much everything else done in the second run. But there's only certain levels I can actually get the last one. So here's a example of a stealth section. Now I can use my knife techniques. So I've got my knife here. I've also got a pistol, which I've unlocked the silencer. This isn't something you get as a default, so you need to pick the silencer up and you keep it going forward. But I'm going to use my knife and show you a knife kill. So if I do a sneak up on him first, that's a takedown kill. And from killing him, I'll press down on the direction pad and I bring up the map. By killing him, there will be key points which are displayed on the map here, which will highlight all the pickups that I can get in the level, which is a very handy thing. Once you've earned that skill, it's one of the most handy things to do at the beginning of any level where you're able to. Okay, so this guy here I'm going to throw a knife at. Okay, I'm not going to throw a knife because I haven't got any throwing knives. I will have to use my silenced pistol and shoot him in the head. I forgot about the throwing knives thing. I've got to pick that up later. The silenced pistol becomes one of the most trusty weapons in the game. Well, it is for me anyway. So when you can't do a takedown, or you can't get anything close, you can usually I'm actually sneaking, just so you know. I'm not walking really slowly. The signal detected thing is actually something that is a perk, is followed up from a perk. So initially you don't have that signal detected. That means there's an officer in the area, and the officers, if they are alarmed, so if they find you, or you get seen shooting, etc., they will actually raise an alarm and call in reinforcements. So you just want to be careful. So he's down, and that's, as you notice, the detection thing has gone. The enemies are a bit stupid. They don't notice missed shots, and they don't always notice dead bodies, which is actually kind of explained to you in the game as well. So it's not a bug in the game. It's kind of the way that they are designed. So here we go. Here's an example of two different routes I can take. So I've got the blue market there means I've got to find something to to gain access. So I need a bomb, and the bomb I could either take this path or I could take another. I've normally taken that path, so I'm going to do the other and see what it's like. I don't have to worry too much about stealth right now. So there we go, he's broadcasting the alarm, which means I want to kill him so I can stop the alarm going. Otherwise there is a near infinite wave of enemies that will keep coming. I'm not sure where they come from, to be honest, but they come from somewhere. There's a turret. What I will try and do, I'm going to try and detach that turret, hopefully trigger off a load of enemies coming in, and as you can see I can mount the turret or I can hold it to detach. When it's detached the ammo doesn't refill. When it's mounted I've got pretty much unlimited ammo, I believe. So this is the other path. I'm going to plant the bomb here. Take that. And hopefully
Cannons are bounced on the upper levels of the cliffside bunker. You have to put them out of commission. We have people in the air and those cannons are blasting us out of the sky.
Hopefully if I raise the alarm I can attract the 5 people to kill in the 10 seconds with this detached turret. Oh yeah, environments disappear as well, which is something to be careful of. As you see, cover isn't always safe. It can be destroyed. So how many have I got here? I can throw grenades back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Fuck. Damn. I needed more to get more of those enemies together. So I have to, for the perk, I need to use a detached gun turret, turret gun, and I need to kill 5 people within 10 seconds. I think I only managed about 4 at a time, which was a bit annoying. Oh, where's that health pickup? There you are. Hopefully I can encounter another load of people. So that's 3, 4. There we go, got that. Oh, the other thing I really like about this is each of those perks is attached to an achievement. So you actually earn pretty much all the achievements with playing the game and gaining the perks. So just fulfilling the stuff which is all easy, all displayed to you. And that I like about this. I sometimes find it quite annoying having some achievements which are almost ridiculous to try and get. There are things which are attached to the pickups and everything else, but the majority of the stuff is all around each of these. So each of these is worth so many gamer score, which is nice.
Okay, Blazko, we made it past the stumper. Getting there to the cliff wall directly below.
Okay, so I don't need that anymore.
Gonna take a lot of fucking rope to climb up there.
Needs me out of you. No, I'm getting that. And here, let's attract his attention. What's my favourite weapon in the game? Well, my most used weapon in the game is the assault rifle. So I'd probably say that's probably maybe my favourite weapon. I don't know. My other weapon I use a lot is the pistol.
Was that you annihilating the stumper, Captain? That is some fine duty.
Oh, there's little things in here. If I remember the way, I think it's this one, this one, this one. Nope. Let's try this one, this one. Okay, there's a combination of those, and you actually unlock the back of the wall. So some hidden things are pretty well hidden, and you've got to solve a puzzle to gain access, which is another nice touch. Another thing you'll notice, if I end up doing any of the next levels, is there's actually two different time periods in this game. Oh, nice, missed his face. And the weapons in the later time period are actually different. So there is some pretty big advances in the game. A lot of the weaponry here is quite is closer to the authenticity of the era. There's plenty of nods in this game to some of the original stuff in the original games, which is pretty cool as well. So let's get out of you. Let's get you out of the way. I believe there's another one that comes along. Not sure who's refilling my shells, because I'm pretty sure I need a second person on this turret to refill shells. Okay, I can't shoot them. Okay, so that's pretty much it. That's all I'm doing in that area. Takedown. Okay, so this guy here wasn't actually meant to be dead, but he is. That's the first time I've ever encountered that bug in the number of times I've done this level. Personally, I'm not that keen on the white PS4, but then I'm not keen on white consoles in general. I have a thing for black. Whoa! Oh shit, my leg.
Hey, you okay, Captain? Take my hand, I'll help you up.
Private Wyatt, good kid.
I'm sure you'll return the favor, sir, and then some.
Okay, so that's the end of that little section.
Pay attention, bear boys. This is all turned from a goose hunt to a stick-up job. Behind us now is a center pillar of the German army. What are you doing, you puppet bastard?
Private gate, sirs. Important for duty.
Well, crazy and dedicated. Welcome to the war. Take over, Private. Now, General Deathhead is nearer to us now than he's been in years. Some nasty wounds you've got there, Private. Be sure to mind that bleed. We eliminate the General, we cut the head off the crowd war machine. We don't, they're gonna have us for breakfast.
You all right there, kid? Sir, my eyes are watering, and I think I'm gonna be sick. Is this normal?
It's just nerves. Let me teach you a trick. Inhale. Count to 4. Exhale. Count to 4. All there is
Keep
to
your. Just remember that little tip.
By some Nazi mutant fucking Frankenstein. So we ready then, lads?
This time, we get the job done. Now let's go. Let's move it on. Go. Are you lazy or wee roaster? This is a war, not a fucking Sunday church walk.
Get up, Private.
a good team. Like father and son.
Captain Blazkowicz, Gates, Benson, your job is simple. Climb up this wall, get inside, locate the control room for this big fucking door and open it for us. You see any Nazi firearms, you take them. Bound to be better than ours. The rest of us will cover you from down here. Now, once the door's open, we get inside, we work our way up through the building, we meet up again on the top floors, we find Deathhead, and we shoot him in the head.
So, let's climb.
Check. No pressure, lads. But keep in mind, this may be our last chance. If we don't get Deathhead now, it's all over. Fine. Fucking. Wait, it's fine! Over here! Hide. Protect the lads on the wall. Covering fire! Help me out! Everybody okay? What's this business? Gas clap. Crowd gate. Still clap. How are you fucking able to persist through something like that? I don't know. Well done. We're okay down here.
Oh, I've only got 11 ammo left in that, so let's change.
Almost there, sir. Just keep I'm sorry, sirs. I didn't see him coming.
That's up to you now, Blazkowicz. Get to the control room and open the gate.
Another kid you murdered, General. You counting. One of us is gonna die today.
Let's pull the lever.
Great work, Blazko. The door's coming up. We're going inside.
I'll use my trusty handgun.
Keep heading up towards the top floors. We'll meet you there.
I know where these guys are. I mean, you know, you don't have to do the stealth way. You can just go in and shoot the fuck out of everything, and that's fine. You do pick up a silencer by this point. Oh, and by the way, that dog's asleep, so that's why it's not spotted me. He's got big balls. Okay, so I can eat the dog food because I'm hungry. Oh. Down there is actually one of the secrets, pickups. Slow down. Oh yeah, one of the cool things with this is the way that some of the secrets are done. If you are familiar with the original Wolfenstein, or Wolfenstein Return to Castle Wolfenstein, is it?
To commission a portrait in service of your ego, General. You waste your paint.
You'll find some of these approaches to secret areas quite familiar. In the first game there was a few things which are hidden behind Hitler portraits. There's a case of just triggering the walls.
Ich habe keinen Zweifel daran, dass wir den Feind zurückgeschlagen haben. Den Gerüchten zufolge, die mir derzeit vorliegen, ist noch höchstens eine
Night, night. So you just got to kind of look around, and if you find anything suspicious, then take advantage. Hello, Pooch. But I'd say the stealth is one thing I really do like about this game, and I think it's done well. You don't get very odd detection, so their field of view is pretty good with regards to both the sight and sound. Although I'll probably say the sound side lacks a bit, but then it kind of goes in line with their stupidity. See, you'd think he would spot me.
Captain Blazkowicz.
As soon as he does spot me, however, it takes a little while to just kind of stand there and think. But as soon as he does spot me, then I have to react quick. Now they don't always approach these windows in the same way, which is good. So the AI is not, you know, predetermined to always do exactly the same thing. But most scenarios you are going to encounter the same kind of scenario. So let's use this. That's my friends. This is the area I originally tried to do that. Where the fuck are you shooting me from? Oh, thank you. Oh, I didn't lose much health either, which is good.
Everybody head for the crashed aircraft. Blazkowicz, we'll meet you there. Thank you, Captain Blazkowicz.
Anytime.
Move it, son.
I can't get in there.
Troop transport.
One thing I don't take advantage of enough is the slide. With these, you can do a sprint slide and shoot enemies while you're sliding, and you can avoid a lot of fire
Sir, maybe you can
by
use
doing
this to
so.
pry it loose. Come on, lad. Yes, sir.
You believe it can
So there we go.
You first, Wyatt. Go to church every Sunday? Well, the Nazis sort of bombing them at the moment, so it's a bit of a problem.
Edward, Blondie.
Run! This section here I think is a little inconsistent, because when it comes to me, I don't throw my weapon, I just run. And suddenly I've not got it equipped.
I've got you.
So it would have been a little better if, you know, that goes my face. So it would have been better if it stayed consistent with regards to me having to throw the weapon and then running across. Okay, so
What a fucking circus. My feet are broken.
What is this place?
this guy here has broken his legs.
There's ashes down here. There's a lot of ashes down here.
Hey, Wyatt, see if you can find a way to open that door. Move it.
If you remember the old Wolfenstein games,
Coming from that control box over there.
you will remember
Imagine it's some kind of
there's so many
food-sized
human
incinerator.
experiments.
What did you just fucking do?
You see exactly what those human experiments are for if you haven't already played one of the earlier games and seen for yourself.
Well, screwed. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so we'll go hunting for a key. There you are. I do have a choice of drawers to check in. So let's go grab him before the incinerator blow up. And now he's got exactly the same issue I had earlier.
Shite, you bastard. Yeah, what's all this then? Blazkowicz, sir. You ever seen
My grenades actually detonate on impact. They don't by standard. So underneath all that metal exterior there is a human. A rather messy human.
What is still breathing?
The incinerators are off.
Nice,
Get that
it's
door open.
splattery.
I rather fancy leaving the monster
And what he's done is burnt this guy's face.
Hold on. I can hear someone out there. Someone's coming.
Recognize him?
That's him, isn't
He was the one in that painting.
Maybe here, matey.
Shit.
Grab a hold of yourself, Ragged.
He looks so happy.
It's down in a trench somewhere. That's what matters.
What are you people doing in there?
My people murdered so many times. I lost count.
Since I practiced my English. It's a dying tongue. You? I've seen you before. Oh, I like you.
Now,
Such
I'm
a
trying to remember. I believe he was
you
in
I could do
Return to Castle
great
Wolfenstein.
things.
He seems so familiar, but it's been a long time since I played Return.
I like the eyes on this one.
Don't you fucking touch him!
I like yours.
Not this one. Somebody broke it already. It's a shit. Captain Blazkowicz, help me make a choice. In your opinion, which one of these two varieties would best support my research? I have inadequate room for samples. Should you decline my appeal, I shall have to put a scalpel to both of them and we'd be
So,
here all
I have
day.
to make a choice.
I'll make matters simple. All you need to do is look to the one you would have me dissect.
Okay, so I'm left with a choice. I've got Fergus or Wyatt.
Go on, Captain, make a choice for me.
Wyatt is the new guy. He's the one that's always panicky and stuff. And then Fergus is the guy that I have kind of grown in with, and you know, he's more battle hardened and stuff. If you recall, Wyatt actually saved my ass, but then also we saved Wyatt's ass earlier, so it's kind of balanced right now. Wyatt's also the young brain. The other guy is a bit more mature, so to benefit the guy's research, I think he'll probably want the younger guy. But I'm going to opt for dissecting Wyatt.
Yes, an astute selection. Young, unspoiled, fresh, tender samples. Fatty tissues intact.
You will save me, won't you, sir? I know you can do it. Sir!
General Deathhead. Today he's teaching me a lesson. I've seen suffering and death. People maimed and tortured. Thought I'd seen it all. But I'd never seen true cruelty. Until now. Count to 4. Inhale. Count to 4.
There's that tip again.
Exhale.
Later you do discover what exactly happened here. So, those human samples that they had strapped up to the walls
Blasco, I'm gonna try something. You'll know what to do.
were actually what goes into making those huge hulks of things. Pick this up.
God damn it, get off.
Okay.
Blazkowicz! We have to put the nozzles for the incinerator
Right,
out.
so he's still alive.
Use your pipe. And help me smash them.
He's the one that's been destroyed.
Help me, Lord. Can't do it, Blazkowicz. Start smashing these nozzles. Wait me. Saving it for a winning night. Fire's waiting to happen. Need to get that down window open. Come over here. I'll get you out of those
Right.
traps.
One thing that's different in this section here is if I chose Wyatt, I actually learned the lockpicking technique, and by saving Fergus, I learned the hot wire technique. And that's the technique that you're going to be using in the remainder of the game. So going forward, I'm going to be using hot wiring, whereas if I went the other path, I would end up using the lock picking, and it'll give me access to different routes in the game. So it's quite nice to kind of learn the two different, or experience the two different paths that I can take. And that's the slightly grim start, but there's more to come.
Tak, panie doktorze. Wciąż nie znamy jego tożsamości? Przez 9 tygodni nikt go nie szukał?
Nikt, panie doktorze, nie.
Nie mogę usunąć odłamków. Tylko pogorszyłbym jego stan.
Tak, panie doktorze.
W takim razie trafi do zakładu psychiatrycznego. Nic nie możemy zrobić. Mózg jest uszkodzony.
Tak.
Ma jajecznicę z mózgu.
Tak, panie doktorze.
Jajecznicę.
So, here I am.
Czekałam na ciebie tak długo.
Wheelchair bound.
Obudził się. Zaufaj mi, mamo. Po prostu.
Hopefully you can see the subtitles. I think of anything, because of the white backgrounds, or there's so many bright colours to use around here, the subtitles, it's really hard to see them sometimes.
Haben Sie noch Fragen? Was heißen Sie?
So, this is a bit of a mental hospital,
Wkrótce to wszystko się
or
skończy.
some kind of hospital,
Zostawię cię teraz
and
przy oknie.
it seems that the Nazis will take patients from here and send them to General Deathhead, the doctor that I just met.
Strange sensation. Trapped in my body. I black out.
And they'll be used for experiments.
Time. Sometimes the seasons change in the blink of an eye. I'm having trouble with my thoughts. They dissipate like a scent on the wind. But it's getting better. Here's what I know. I'm in Poland. A hospital. No, an insane asylum. She's the head nurse. That's her father. Shrink. And her mother. Some type of pharmacist. They run the place, I reckon. Sometimes Christmas. Sometimes birthdays. And sometimes Nazis come. They leave with patients in shackles. Like it's Deathhead's personal candy store. And the shrink raises hell and all, but in the end he signs. No choice, I suppose. And I've seen all this. Good folks made powerless. I'm alive because of these people. I'm getting better. Because of her. Her name is Anya. She takes good care of me. She takes care of everyone. She holds this place together. Supposed to be married by now, but hasn't happened.
And this is the kind of, and this is only a small section of it, but this is the kind of storytelling and narrative that this game has, which you feel
Wir schließen diese
it
Einrichtung.
doesn't
Ihre Dienste werden nicht
quite
länger
deserve,
benötigt.
but it's fantastic that they included it.
Zu werden, Doktor. Sie haben zufriedenstellende Arbeit geleistet. Weitermachen.
So these guys have helped me.
Was ist hier vorgekommen? Offizier bei der Befehlsausführung.
Unsere Befehle lauteten nicht, die Betreuer zu töten.
Was mit der hier? Keine Ahnung. Bringt sie zu Keller.
für die Entscheidung. Arschlöcher!
So I've been in there for some time, and I've obviously recovered enough. And you know, fear gives men wings, as they say, or as Max Payne once said. Okay, so I've got my weapon. I have got my silencer.
No one should be made to die like this.
And unfortunately, I've lost a few people that have helped me, which is sad. And I'm a little further into the future, so what you may notice is I've got different weapons to what I had earlier. And if I look on the map, another thing that I have, which is because of a perk that I unlocked, is I can see where the generals are. Well, actually, that's something I believe. Oh, see, so they killed all the staff there. Something I believe I didn't show, actually, was the dual wield. You can actually dual wield. As soon as you pick up a second gun, you can dual wield pretty much any of the guns, any of the weapons at all. So you got dual wield knives, dual wield pistols, dual wield assault rifles, and dual wielding is pretty badass. You lose your iron scope, and your other trigger becomes your other fire button, so you can shoot both weapons at exactly the same time. It becomes pretty handy later on.
You Nazis. Shooting folks who can't defend themselves.
It's light ammo. So they've gone and shot absolutely everyone on this floor, which is a real shame. And it includes some pretty young ones too. I don't think there's any kids in here. It's pretty nasty, you know, they've gone and done. There's a secret up there. And yeah, I'm using the run and gun technique right now. Because I don't care, I'm just badass. So what we've got weapon wise, we have assault rifles, which I have got rockets on my assault rifle, which are unlocked later. Got pistols, get shotguns, you get an electric weapon which is like a cutter and can also be used to fire charged pulses, which does some complete nuts damage. There's a section later where you have some pretty futuristic weapons, Trying to think what else fills up the slots. Got my grenades and a sniper rifle, and you can actually dual wield the sniper rifles too, or what they call marksman rifles. They call in this game. Made light work of his face. Some shotgun shells. I haven't got a shotgun yet though. Shotgun would be nice. I could kind of show that off. Sometimes you do wonder where these guys are coming from. Oh, I've got 60 health. Oh, and I can easily change from being single to dual wield on my weapons by just tapping the up direction pad. Well, where'd you come from? Making use of cover is also very handy, which I didn't do to start with. Hence my huge loss of life. Shuttles and counterpacks when I did some more. There was some in here actually. Just want to boost up my health a little bit. There's one there. And one here. Takes me to 140. There's another snippet of information. And I don't know if it's got the date on there actually. 1946. That's still a snippet of paper from what's supposed to be an older time period. It's from the other side. Oh, yeah, I know what that was. It's one of the another secret. So let's head outside. And here's a first glimpse into sort of the future tech. These things are a pain in the ass to shoot. They move about so much. And my aiming is absolutely terrible. Once you hit them, it's fine. Don't want to get near them after I hit them either. So here we go. So that's a bit of a nasty looking war machine. Pick up Anya. Probably would have taken the other piece. Okay, that's enough down.
Jesteś żołnierzem? Umiesz walczyć? Kim jesteś?
Jestem William Blazkowicz. Ranger, Army, USA. I'm sorry, my Polish isn't very good. Are you fit to drive?
Where to?
This is another thing I like is initially they jump straight into their localized language, which is really good. So what I'm going to do is this next section, and then I'm going to call it quits for the
They
night.
grieve for their dead. Such raw sorrow.
Next section is very short.
Can't partake. Mine would flood oceans. It would drown me. If I let it out.
It's 1960.
1960.
Yes. You've stayed with us for 14 years. It's 1960.
I have to find a way to contact the U.S. military. I gotta find my unit, let them know I'm alive and ready for duty.
There's no more war.
It's over. No more military. No.
The war ain't over. Look at all these Nazis walking around.
They won.
It's over. The Nazis rule the world now. They are everywhere. Everywhere.
What about the U.S.?
The USA, they, what's the word? Poddacie.
Surrenders.
He surrendered.
Because of Boo!
Atom bomb.
They surrendered 12 years ago when Nazi atom bombed their country.
Yes.
Well, then I'll find the resistance. I'll find them and I'll help them fight.
Oh, no. More resistance. Everyone is captured. If they leave, the Nazis have them. And who can say where they keep them?
I know someone.
I am a trained and experienced field coordinator working on behalf of Generalstraße himself. Do you know how much misfortune you are in if you do not release me? There is no point in keeping me here. I will be very lenient to you and the nurse and her family if you let me go immediately. You have my
Bullshit.
word on this.
So we have this guy here, which is strapped in. We have a chainsaw here. However, I need some splatter protection. So first off, let's grab an apron. We're gonna go full Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Do you realize who I am? It would serve you well if you stop what you are doing and release me.
And I don't want to get blood stains on my eyes.
Superior to people like you. Warum hörst du nicht, du Schwachkopf?
Yeah, fuck off. And so here we go. Well, how'd you get free? Punch, punch, punch. Now you have to actually punch him yourself. The first time I was like, what the hell is going on? So here we go.
Let me tell you how this is gonna work. I'm gonna ask you one question. You are gonna answer that question in a way I find satisfactory, and if you do not, I will saw your head off with this here appliance, you hear me? So here it comes. Where are you people keeping the captured resistance fighters?
I'm sure. I don't know what you're talking about. There is no resistance. Zur Hölle mit dir und deinem verdammten Widerstand! Okay, I'll tell you! Damn it! What do you want to know? The resistance fighters, where are they? Berlin, Eisenwald, Prison. But you'll never make it there. There are checkpoints everywhere. Looking for you and the nurse. And soon they will find this place. And then you will be on your knees!
Okay, here goes your head.
No, gotowy, gotowy. Jesteś przystojny chłop,
Thank
panie
you.
Blazkowicz. Nie taki przystojny jak ja, ale nieźle, nieźle. Pilnuj jej. Rozumiemy się? Albo ja cię znajdę i zrobię ci krzywdę.
Rozumiem.
Dobrze. Dobrze. Więc wybieramy się do Berlina.
Right, so I'm just going to watch this cutscene through and then close out.
We ask for your mercy, Lord, as we make to journey across dark waters. Grant us sound feet and silent breath. Refuge from the storm.
Ihre Papiere.
And safe passage amidst hungry wolves.
Oops.
Take my hand.
Okay.
The road is not safe. You kill the Nazis. Here, I stay with Karl. We wait for you here. Kill everyone.
Okay, so I'm going to close out here. And this is a pretty good place because it's now kind of set the scene. I'm now so many years into the future, so I've gone from 1946, woken up in 1960. The Nazis have won the war, taken over the world, and I need to find some resistance fighters. I need to kind of fight back against these Nazis and try and take back some of the land and destroy these fuckers. The story really does develop during the game. You do explore some pretty cool locations. I'm not going to tell you what they are because they're kind of really spoils the surprise kind of going in forward. Unless you've already had a look and you've been spoiled yourself, but you can Google it if you're really into that. If you want to follow us, you can follow us on Twitter at We Are Gamers, which is on the bottom of the screen there. You can like our Facebook page as well. We'll keep you up to date with our Let's Plays, and you can also see any news updates and stuff as we post them. We do get press release and information and stuff, which I try to post out as regularly as I can, but working on 2 things at once, it's not always easy to try and do everything. We've also got a YouTube channel, which is /Gamers Podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, then please like and subscribe, and if you subscribe, then you can keep up to date with not just my game night videos, but all of our Let's Play videos, game trailers, etc. that we have going on. So, yep, till next week. I don't know what I'm calling for a game yet. I will post up in discussion on the Facebook and Twitter channels to maybe discuss what I'm going to be playing. Hopefully a community-based multiplayer game, so I can hopefully get some people in and joining me on the stream live next Wednesday. So until then, thank you for watching and goodbye. Auf Wiedersehen.